After the Buccaneers lost to the Panthers on Sunday, two-game officials talked to Buccaneers wide receiver Mike Evans. The NFL is looking into what happened. Jeff Lamberth and Trip Sutter, who are the two officials in question, seemed to ask Evans to sign something in the tunnel of Bank of America Stadium on Sunday. NFL Network insider Tom Pelissero said that the league is looking into how they work together. This and more are in the video for today. Starting us off with Bucs lost to the Panthers. Sunday, Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers lost their third game in a row. They are now 3-4. It happened in a shocking way. The Carolina Panthers beat them 21-3, even though they had lost 12 of their last 13 games, and were just using their third-string quarterback and an interim head coach. The loss made the seven-time Super Bowl winner wonder what went wrong. Coach Todd Bowles of the Bucs said that his team needs to be grown men and accept that they lost so they can get better. Bowles said, "We're going to see how many people can handle trouble, and right now it's about as bad as it's gonna get." The Panthers finally had something to be happy about after the win. They came in as a 13.5-point underdog, and thousands of empty seats at Bank of America Stadium show that many fans have already given up on the team. The team's best player, Christian McCaffrey, was traded to the San Francisco 49ers this week. Many people saw this as a sign that the Panthers were tanking to get the #1 pick next season and finally get a franchise quarterback. That was not a team out there trying to lose. Panthers interim coach Steve Wilks said after his team's first win since he took over for fired coach Matt Rule on October 10th. After McCaffrey left, it only took 3 days for Tampa Bay's defense to let the Panthers run for 173 yards, but Deonta Foreman ran for 118 yards. Chuba Hubbard added 63 yards and a touchdown, and the Panthers had 343 yards of offense. Now the Panthers are only one game behind the Bucs and Falcons for first place in the NFC South. Walker thinks that the win will give the Panthers more confidence. "When we walked into the building today, you could just feel the energy and vibe of us wanting to go out there and play the game," Walker said. "We talked about making that jump at the meeting. Today, we did that." NFL world erupts over unacceptable detail and image of referees. The NFL is looking into a video that shows two referees asking Tampa Bay Buccaneers wide receiver Mike Evans for an autograph after the Bucs lost to the Carolina Panthers 21-3 on Monday morning. AEDT. Sheena Quick, a reporter for Fox Sports, taped the conversation in the stadium's tunnel and put it on her Twitter account in 2 parts. The video shows referees Jeff Lamberth and Trip Sutter calling Evans' name before the Bucs star turns around to face them. Then Lamberth and Sutter give Evans a piece of paper and a pen. They wait patiently as Evans seems to write something down and then gives them the paper back. According to the NFL's collective bargaining agreement, the NFL Referees Association is not allowed to ask players, coaches, or other NFL team staff for autographs. Doing so could make it look like the officials are favoring one team over another. The agreement does, however, let officials ask for autographs, team gear, and memorabilia for charitable causes, as long as the request goes through the league's officiating department and not directly to the player. It's just a quick snippet. "Right now, we don't have a lot of background information," Blandino said. "When you're in the official's apartment and in charge of them, you always talk to them about how things look. What does this look like? And you shouldn't ask players for autographs or take pictures with them. Again, people think that if you're too friendly, they'll go in a certain direction. We know that the fairness of the game and the fairness of the officials is the highest standard, and we can't do anything to question that." Well, NFL could sanction referees over the incident. Blandino said that Lamberth and Sutter could be punished if the NFL finds out that they did ask Evans to sign something. If the investigation shows that the officials asked for an autograph or did something else wrong, they will be punished, Blandino said. "That could get you a fine or put you in jail. We hope that's not the case, but we don't want game officials to even look like they're asking for an autograph. It makes things hard for the player and adds to an image we don't want." The incident was the last bad thing that happened to Evans that day. Earlier, he dropped a pass from Tom Brady that would have given the Bucs their only touchdown of the game, even though he was wide open and right next to the end zone. The bad play cost the Buccaneers because their offense didn't get going again for the rest of the game, giving the Panthers the win. Moving on, NFL clears refs after postgame interaction with Mike Evans. Mike Evans had a bad day against the Carolina Panthers, but something that happened in the tunnel after the game got the attention of the NFL. The league looked into a conversation between Evans and two game officials who seemed to want the wide receiver for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Mike Evans, to sign something after Sunday's game in Carolina, but found no proof that they were doing so. They won't get in trouble. After talking to the people involved, involved, we know for sure that the game officials did not ask Jeff Lamberth, Trip Sutter, and Mike Evans for autographs after the game, the league said in a statement. Both Lamberth and Sutter were reminded of how important it is to avoid even the appearance of wrongdoing when talking to players, coaches, and club staff on game day, including before and after the game. The NFL and the NFL Referees Association have an agreement that says game officials shall not ask players, coaches, or any other team staff for autographs or memorabilia. Jeff Lamberth was the side judge and Trip Sutter was the line judge. Lamberth has been an NFL official since 2002. In his career, he has worked 19 games involving the Bucs. Sutter has worked 6 Bucs games since he joined the league in 2019. Tom Pelissero of NFL Network says that Lamberth was trying to get Evans's phone number so he could give it to a golf pro who could teach Evans. Lamberth didn't have any papers, so he asked Sutter to lend him some. Evans and Lamberth went to Texas A&M together. Evans's biggest play against the Panthers came early on when he dropped a pass from Tom Brady that would have been a touchdown. The Bucs didn't score a touchdown, so they lost the game 21-3. Finally, Buccaneers wide receiver Mike Evans saw the life go out of the team after first quarter drop versus Panthers. Tampa Bay's Mike Evans, a wide receiver for the Buccaneers, can point to the exact moment in Week 7 when his team lost itself against the Panthers. Strangely, that happened only 71 seconds into Sunday's 21-3 loss to the Panthers. On the Buccaneers' first drive of the game, Evans dropped a 75-yard touchdown pass that was wide open. Evans says that it was a bad drop that took all the life out of the Buccaneers for the rest of the game. Tampa Bay had 322 yards of offense, but they didn't have a chance to score until the fourth quarter when Ryan Succop kicked a 27-yard field goal for the Buccaneers. No one plays is the only reason we lose, but that was definitely the biggest reason. We saw our life drain away, Evans said. It was difficult, wide open. I've got to catch that. I'm one of the best in the game. Evans did have a decent stat line at the end of the game. He caught 9 passes for 96 yards and was targeted 15 times. The Buccaneers offense couldn't do much else, though. The Buccaneers looked dead for the second week in a row. The Buccaneers just gave up 21 points to a team that is likely the worst in the NFL, and just 2 days ago traded away its best player, Christian McCaffrey. All of this happened just a week after the offense didn't score a touchdown in a 20-18 loss to the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Buccaneers' last touchdown came in the middle of the third quarter of their win over the Falcons in Week 5 on October 9th. In that game, the Buccaneers almost lost after their defense gave up 15 points in the fourth quarter. Even the head coach of the Buccaneers, Todd Bowles, didn't have much good to say about the team. Bowles said, "We have to wear this on our sleeve. This is as dark as it's gonna get right now." Even though Tampa Bay is technically at the top of the NFC South with a 3-3 record, their hold on the top spot is at best shaky after they lost by more than 10 points to the Panthers. The Buccaneers don't have an easy home schedule coming up either. They play the Baltimore Ravens next Thursday, then the Los Angeles Rams and Seattle Seahawks in Munich, Germany, before the team has a week off in Week 11. Things just might get worse before they improve. Well, that's all for today. Don't forget to tap that bell icon to turn on notifications and subscribe.